You've heard the story. Pay attention in school, work hard, land a good job, and one day, kick back and relax into a well-earned retirement. Sounds nice, right? But here's the catch. It's a dream many won't live to see. Here's the harsh truth. In America, less than 30% of workers are on track to retire at all. Even fewer believe their retirement will be comfortable, and the numbers might be on their side. Now maybe you're thinking, but I'm different. I've got my 401k, I invest, I watch financial advice channels like this one. That's great. But today, I've got some uncomfortable truths to share. Because even if you do everything right, there are forces at work that might keep us all grinding until we're 120. Stick around because we're about to dive into why the dream of retirement is slipping further away, and why the solutions aren't as simple as they seem. Why you'll work until you're 120, and what to do about it. Let's start with the obvious culprit: housing. Owning a home has always been one of the biggest financial milestones in life. It's not just a roof over your head, it's a cornerstone of financial security. But today, the median age of first-time homebuyers is 34, and it's climbing. And while owning a home builds equity and eliminates rent in retirement, more people are stuck renting or living with parents into their 30s and beyond. Pew Research found that the majority of young adults between 18 and 30 are still living at home. Even high-income earners struggle in cities like New York or San Francisco, where the cost of living eats up paychecks. So if you're renting now, think about this. When you retire, you'll still need to cover rent, potentially for decades. And if you're buying later in life, that 30-year mortgage will stick with you well into your 60s or even 70s. Without owning a home, your retirement plans face a harsh reality. But don't worry, housing isn't the only thing stacked against you. The stock market, the engine of wealth, the magic money machine. Or is it? While investing in the market is crucial, there's a hidden problem: overinflated asset prices. Historically, the price-to-earnings ratio for stocks hovered around 15. Today, it's over 50. Translation? Stocks are 3 times more expensive than they've been historically, and they're paying the same or even less in dividends. Imagine this: 10 lumberjacks at a sawmill. One saves his money, invents a table saw, and retires. The others use the saw to work more efficiently, keeping production steady. That's how capital investment is supposed to work. It boosts productivity, creating value for everyone. But now, imagine the lumberjacks spend their money on something like Pokemon cards instead of tools. Those cards might go up in value, but they don't make the mill more productive. That's what's happening with many modern investments. Money is chasing assets like real estate or speculative stocks, instead of funding innovations that drive real economic growth. And when markets inflate like this, guess who pays the price? Future retirees. Because buying into these markets now requires far more savings than it did for previous generations. There's another problem. Innovation isn't as easy as it used to be. Think about it. Electricity, airplanes, the internet, these were game changers. But what's next? Robert J. Gordon, a leading economist, argues that we're running out of groundbreaking innovations. We're now in a world of diminishing returns. Gordon also identified 6 headwinds slowing economic growth. First, an aging population. Second, stagnating education outcomes. Third, rising inequality. Fourth, environmental costs. Fifth, mounting debt. And lastly, the end of rapid innovation. Take the demographic shift, for example. Women entering the workforce boosted the economy in the 20th century, but that's already happened. We can't double the workforce again. And with education costs soaring and income inequality rising, fewer people can save enough for retirement. Even education, once a surefire investment, isn't the same. Degrees cost more, but they deliver less value. And those headwinds, they're not going anywhere. So what does this all mean? It means we need to redefine retirement. The old model, work until 65, then relax, is outdated. The reality is, many of us will need to work longer, perhaps forever in some capacity. But this isn't all bad news. It's an opportunity to rethink how we approach work and money. Maybe retirement isn't the goal. Maybe it's financial independence, creating a life where work is optional, not mandatory. So, here's the big question. What will retirement look like for you? Will you grind away, hoping the system holds together? Or will you create a new path, one where you're not waiting for 65 to start living? The world is changing. The question is, will you change with it, or will you get left behind? Stay tuned. Our next video will show you how to start building that new path today.